Hi, I'm Lindsay from Lindsay Elliott Coaching and welcome to this video. So this video is going to be all about what do I want? And I wanted to create it towards the end of the year because this can often be a time when we start to maybe reflect on the year that we've had. Maybe we're starting to look forward to the next year and things that we might want to achieve, maybe things we want to change, goals we want to reach. And I really want to support you in going into that process, particularly if you're someone who does like to look ahead and try to plan a year. I mean, obviously, lots of times things don't go to plan, do they? But, you want to have some kind of overarching intention or goal or a few things that you want to achieve. I really want to help in this video to support you to get a bit clearer on those wants and those desires and those goals so that you can see why you're wanting them and is it achievable? Because I think sometimes we can get frustrated if there are things that we want that we feel like we're not getting, or goals that we want to achieve and it's becoming difficult or is difficult to actually achieve them. And sometimes this can happen if we just kind of make our decisions about what we want from the surface level of the mind. Of a mind that looks out into the world and makes loads of assessments about how we're doing and how other people are doing and how we're measuring up to how other people are doing and how our lives are looking in comparison to other people's lives. If we make our goals and our decisions from that place, we can sometimes get into a bit of hot water and a bit of stickiness in finding that we can't achieve them, or they don't actually give us what we thought we were going to get from them anyway. So I'm going to take us through a little process of how we might look at this a bit differently and then look at a few examples, because I think really that's the easiest way to talk through what I'm trying to share in this video. So you might want to get a pen and paper so that you can write down a few of the things that you do want. And these might be goals that you have, or it might just be desires that you have, or just things that you really feel like, I would really like that in my life. So just make a list of all of the things that you want. So you might want to pause this video and then come back to it, or listen to the video a second time once you've got your list of wants. So you can do this, you can write it for your personal life, your work life, your family, your relationships, whatever it is. Just make a list of everything that you want. And then when you've got that list, we then want to spend some time, and this may take a bit of time, is to reflect a bit on, well, why do I want that? What is it that I believe that having this is going to give me? These are important questions to just spend a bit of time thinking about, because if we launch ourselves into trying to achieve something that we want, a goal, without having really considered why we want it or whether it's going to give us what we think it's going to give us, we can save ourselves a load of time further down the line when we realise that it's not going. Either we can't achieve it, it's not giving us what we want it to give us, and we can save ourselves a load of time and feelings of disappointment and feelings of failure. So it's worth investing a bit of time up front. So when you've got your list of what do I want and why do I want it, in the why do I want it part, we want to look at, ask the question, is it achievable? And if it's something, and as I say, I'm going to go through a few examples of this to help you with this process. Is it achievable? In that, what we're really looking at, anything that is in the physical world, or in the world of form, rather than in something like our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, our behaviours, something in more of the energy of life. If it's something that's in the world of form, like a new car or a new house or a new relationship, then that is achievable. That's absolutely achievable. Even if it looks like there are things in your way, we know that the human spirit and the human mind is capable of so much. Now, what you believe you're capable of and what you're actually capable of are two completely different things. But we know, because we know there are some amazingly inspirational people in the world who have achieved things despite various disabilities or what look like limitations. But if it's something in the world of form, it's absolutely achievable. Or in the physical world, that's how we might describe it, if the world of form doesn't make as much sense. But if it's something that's in the emotional realm or the identity realm, then we can almost guarantee that it isn't achievable. So if the reason of why do I want it is I want to feel less stressed, I want to feel less insecure, I want to feel more loved, I want to shore up some part of my identity or personality, I want to be successful, I want to never feel alone again, I want to feel less anxious. If it's in the realm of that, then almost certainly the thing that we're trying to achieve in order to get that is maybe not achievable, or we definitely want to question, is it achievable through this particular goal or want or desire? So I'm going to talk through 3 examples. So let's look at, say, I want to earn more money. And then I look at, well, why do I want that? If it looks like I want to earn more money because, let's say as an example, I want to be able to have a nice holiday in 2 years' time. I need to be able to save more money in order to be able to go on the nice holiday. Now, that is a want that is emotionally pretty neutral and is absolutely achievable. You can absolutely work towards finding a job or creating a business that allows you to earn more money, and you can absolutely save money in order to buy said nice holiday. Absolutely all achievable. If we look at the desire of I want to earn more money, and when we look at why do I want that, and the answer to that is I don't want to have to ever worry about money again. I want to feel safe and secure that I've got enough money. I don't ever want to feel insecure about money again. I want to feel that people regard me as successful. I want to feel successful. I want to feel like I've achieved a certain income level because it means something about who I am as a person. All of that completely unachievable through earning more money. Now, we may temporarily feel a bit more secure or feel a bit more safe or feel a bit more successful if we get a job that earns us more money. But I absolutely guarantee you that that will not last. Because what we are looking at, we are trying to manipulate our thoughts, our feelings, and our beliefs about ourselves from something in the outside world. So if we're looking, let's look at one of those examples of things that I listed. If I want to never feel insecure about money again, that's absolutely not achievable. Because insecure thoughts about money, a really big bill coming in, or then losing said job, we could absolutely feel insecure about money again. And I absolutely hear stories of people with loads of money in the bank, like millionaires, who still worry about money. Because the worry, the insecurity, the feeling that we're not good enough is never coming from the outside world. It's always coming from our own internal thoughts, feelings, and beliefs about who we are and about money. So securing enough money in the outside world isn't the route to feeling secure, feeling safe, feeling successful, feeling good enough. None of that is ever achievable through money. So therefore, when we're looking at pushing ourselves potentially to earn more money so that we can feel all of these feelings that we want to feel and move away from all the insecure feelings that we've got, all the feelings of feeling scared or worried or anxious about money, well, we don't actually have to go out into the world and change our income. Again, doesn't mean we can't do that. Of course we can. You're totally free to earn more money. But we want to be really clear that it's not going to achieve the emotional stability or secure our identity in the way that we might believe it is. Okay, so let's have a look at another example. So let's say on your want list is, I want a new relationship. Maybe you're currently single, or you're recently divorced, or or you're thinking about leaving your relationship and you want a new relationship. So if we look at, so why do I want that? And our why do I want that might be, well, I would like to have someone who I really care about, or I love, who I enjoy the same things as, and want to spend time with them. I want to have someone to share my life with. Is that achievable? Absolutely. It's absolutely achievable to seek out a relationship, to engage in ways where we might be open to new opportunities, to meet new people. And is it achievable to find someone that we want to spend our time with and share a life with? Absolutely achievable. If when we look at the want of, I want a new relationship, and why do I want that, is because, well, I hate feeling so lonely, or I don't ever want to feel insecure again, or I just feel like I'm not good enough because I'm still single, or I want to be accepted and never rejected again. I want to feel good enough about myself that somebody loves me unconditionally. Is all of that achievable through a relationship? If you've been in a relationship before, you'll know absolutely not. Definitely not achievable. Because all, again, you'll see a theme here, all of those things that we believe are coming from the relationship are never coming from the relationship. So it is impossible for any relationship to make us feel 100% of the time secure in ourselves, to 100% of the time feel accepted, to 100% of the time never be rejected, to 100% of the time feel loved, to never feel alone, to feel like we're good enough. That is never going to come from a relationship. No one person can give us that, and it's not even how life's working. It's only ever that those feelings of feeling secure, of feeling good enough, of not being rejected, that can only ever come from inside of us, from our own temporary. And what we're looking at in any thought and feeling is that it's temporary. It's moving and changing all the time. So there may be times in a relationship when we do feel completely accepted and loved and whole. And there'll be other times, if we have an argument or a disagreement or a disappointment, where we're going to feel rejected and not accepted and insecure. That's a given, because that's what's happening in life all of the time. Thought and feeling is moving and changing all of the time. And trying to secure it by securing the outside world is completely unachievable and never going to happen. Okay, so let's look at a last example. Say that on your list of wants is, I want to be fit and healthy. I want to have a body that is fit and healthy. I want to exercise more. I want to start eating better. And then we look at, why do I want that? So why do I want that? Could be because I want to ensure that as I get older, I have a strong and as healthy body as I possibly can, given that this is never a guaranteed outcome, obviously, we know. But I want to give my body the best chance of being fit, healthy and strong as I grow older, so that I can have as long and healthy life as possible. Is that achievable? Absolutely. Maybe not the long and healthy life, that's out of our control, but giving ourselves the best chance of that, absolutely achievable. Can you start to exercise more? Can you start to eat healthily so that you improve the condition of your body? 100%, you can absolutely do that. It's achievable. But if we look at in the why do I want to get fit and healthy is, and if the why do I want that, if the answer to that is so that I don't feel insecure about how my body looks, so that I can lose a stone, so that I don't feel overweight and worry about how other people might criticize me or judge me for my body. If it's, I don't ever want to feel insecure about how I look again, or I want to look younger. I want people to have a certain perception of me, that I'm someone who really looks after themselves and I've got it all together and I don't indulge and I'm not lazy and I'm really motivated and determined. If you want all of that from getting fit and healthy, absolutely not achievable. Definitely not. Because there's going to be times when we're not sticking to our regime. And what happens then? Then all of the insecurity comes flooding back. We absolutely cannot ever control what other people think of us. It's none of our business. We can't control it. And unless we ask them and they are really honest, We can never know what someone is actually thinking of us. Ever, ever, ever. And if we maybe have struggled with our weight our whole life, and it looks like being slim may be the thing that helps us to feel secure, that may be possible again, but temporarily. Because unless we really look at the root of why we don't feel good enough, then the mind will either present something else that we need to improve, or once we take our foot off the pedal, we maybe gain a bit of weight back on again, or we're not going to the gym as much and our body's not as muscular and fit as it was, then all of the insecurity will just come flooding back, because we haven't looked at the root of that, which is understanding that our sense of identity is not something that we can secure. It's never secured by things in the outside world. And that our self-esteem can also not be secured by things in the outside world. And that our feelings, thoughts, and emotions cannot be secured by things in the outside world. So I think that you'll see that there's a bit of a theme here and a bit of a pattern here. And I hope that me talking through some of these examples can help you if you're looking at these goals that you want to set or things that you desire in your life. It's just really to ask yourself the question, okay, what do I want? Why do I want it? Is this achievable? And if it isn't, then you can look at maybe exploring, say you come up against some insecurity, look at exploring insecurity. Don't look at exploring the going to the gym thing. You look at, okay, so how can I learn to know where real self-esteem, where real a sense of confidence comes from? Or what if I even don't need any of those things? What if all of those things are made up anyway? And that's what I'm going to be recording a video about next. And then if it's achievable, you can just go with it. And yes, you'll probably come against some obstacles, but if you're really clear about why you want something and what it's going to give you, those obstacles are things that our mind is brilliant at achieving. You know, it's a case of, say, let's go back to the job example. Okay, so I just want to earn more money. I just want a new job so I can earn more money, so I can have a lovely holiday. A mind will brilliantly get to work on that and say, okay, let's update the CV. Who can I contact about maybe finding a new job? It will absolutely problem solve when it isn't trying to problem solve thoughts, feelings, emotions, or our sense of identity. So I hope this has been helpful. And if you're in the exploring of the, I was about to finish. Now I'm going to carry on for a minute more. If the why do I want it question, if you find that hard to look at, you might want to ask a trusted friend to go through that process with you, or indeed if you've got someone like a coach in your life or a therapist, or just someone, a professional in your life who you can trust. You might want to spend some time looking at why do I want it, and going that so kind of like layer deeper than just what's happening in the mind, really exploring your feelings about it so that you can see whether there's an emotional or identity thing that you're trying to secure by going for what you want. Okay, so thank you so much for listening to this. I really hope it's been helpful, and please do share the video with someone who you think might benefit from it. Please do also like the video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already.